You've made the decision to sell your home. Today we're going to unpack the fine line between overpricing your home and not leaving money on the table.
We're Marc and Sharayah. We're a real estate duo here in Gander, Newfoundland. We're providing your weekly key to property prosperity. Check the description video below. Of course, hit the bell, subscribe button, and give us a like. Follow along. Today we're excited to discuss this topic. Essentially, we're talking the difference between listing your home and selling your home. We've noticed that in our market and in any market, there is a trend for home sellers, vendors, to want to overlist their home. Our goal as your realtor is to get your home sold. We want to bring it to market, but we want to get it sold for the best value.
Yeah, so in order to get the best value for your home, let's look at the listing phase. So like we said earlier on, you made a decision, you're going to sell your home. The next step is, okay, what are we pricing our home for? Your realtor is there to guide you and to show you the market data and the trends to help you in that decision. But ultimately, it is up to you what you want to sell your home for. And it's crucial that we accurately price your home, because when a home goes on the market, it gets the most activity within the first 2 weeks. So if you're not getting, any views in that first 2 weeks, it's a good indication that you've probably overpriced your home.
Yeah, and that's key. The whole idea here is to list it and price it competitively. We want viewers in your home. Buyers are watching the market. Anyone that's actively looking for a home, they're watching it pretty closely. Chances are the realtors send them listings almost on a daily basis. So they have a general idea, sometimes, even a feeling of, hey, wow, that thing seems overpriced. And that's the reaction, just as I did there. Whoa, step back, right? So overpricing your home during the listing phase can actually cost you money in the long run. It does just that for the potential viewer. It deters them. They know it's overpriced. They don't, they're going to step back. So it limits buyer interest in that way. It eliminates some buyers from the equation right away. Oh, that home was out of my budget. Realistically, it should have been priced in their budget perhaps, but because the seller elected to overprice, it eliminates them from the equation right away.
Yeah, and I would mention in that, if you're over somebody's budget, so say that person had a budget that you should have been within, they might have they might have paid close to your full asking price if it was within their budget. Whereas if it's just outside their budget, they might not even get that listing from their realtor, because we have set parameters in that. Yeah, so a big thing with making sure that you price your house accurately is we don't want your property to look stale on the market, right? People know, the property's been sitting there for a while and they're like, there must be something wrong with it. Or they're asking the realtor, what's the matter with that property? How come it's not sold? And then there's another thing, a statistic that we want to share with you that all realtors have access to that you may or may not be aware of as a purchaser, as a seller, or as somebody who looks at real estate as a hobby. And that is the listing to sold ratio. So you have your listing price and then you have your sold price. So that could have sold for 94% of the listed price, or it could have sold for 100% of the listed price. But that listing to sold ratio, every realtor has access to that, and that could be different depending on your market, depending on the time of the year in your market.
Listing to sold percentage here in Gander was 97% over the last 12 months.
Which is a very healthy listing to sold ratio for our market.
Yeah, traditionally we've seen low 90s, 94 is generally an accepted one, but last year we seen 97% on 165 homes sold in this market. So what that means is that realtors are pricing the homes right where they need to be.
That or let's just put a little plug in there. That is of what the house was listed and then what it sold for last. So that doesn't take into account
the price deduction.
Any price deduction. So a lot of times you might see a house go on the market, it's overpriced. It might have 1, 2, 3, depending, price reductions, and then be like, oh, well, we got 97, 98% of our listed price, but that 97% was after your 3 price reductions. So it's a good thing to keep in mind that that percentage is of the most recent list price. Yeah.
Something else your realtor will look at is comparables, right? You might live in a house that a contractor built in a subdivision. You might have built the same house 5 doors down. Your realtor's going to have access to the last sold price for that home, And then you look at your sold prices, comparing apples to apples, and then you bring in the comparables and the things that are different. You might say to your realtor, hey, you know, we had a flooring upgrade when we built this house, or we built a large deck or a large shed, or we have a pool in the backyard. All these things are going to determine where your realtor is going to price your home.
So far we have our listing to sold ratio percentage that we want to look at, and then our comparables that we also want to look at. The other thing that we want to look at, the other statistic, is the days on the market. So depending on your unique situation, you might say, hey, this is just a fishing expedition. I just want to list my house, see what I can get, and we're kind of going to pivot from there. Or you might be getting ready to move and you're leaving town on a specific date, and you're like, yep, I need my house sold by whatever date. So the days on the market is also a crucial thing when you're listing your house, because it depends on the urgency for you in particular. So if you need to sell your house rather quickly, then it would be a good idea to list closer to that sold percentage as opposed to the list percentage. Right?
All that to say, the market is ever changing. Circumstances for every seller and every buyer are unique. Remember that when you're looking at the real estate market, you're looking at list prices, when it's the sold prices that really tell the tale.
Yes,
And you know, that's what makes working with a realtor important, because we have access to the sold prices. That being said, if you're curious what your home would sell for, reach out to us. Our contact info is in the description, and we're going to put it here on the page. And that's it for us this time. We'll catch you next time.
Take care, guys.